You don't completely change men's minds about centuries of what seemed as self-evident fact and custom just because you demand it, even if you're the God of the universe. Therefore, the Lord seems to have graciously given Israel what it needed, a golden ark that symbolized his presence with Israel. And it served as both an encouragement to Israel and a warning to anybody who would confront Israel. Now, let me amend that a little bit by saying that even though the Philistines and others would see that ark as an image or a representation of the deity of Israel, that is not precisely how Israel saw it. Rather, they understood that the ark was God's footstool, and even though it was a very dangerous footstool when they approached unauthorized, it was not God himself. So in some ways, the difference between how the Philistines and how the other nations saw their God images and how Israel saw her image of God was a matter of degrees. One other important difference that bears mentioning is that the Israelites recognized that the ark was not Jehovah's permanent residence, but the other nations did think that the image of their God and the God, him or herself, was just one and the same. The idea for Israel is that when the Lord deems that he wants to communicate with Israel or make his will and his presence known, it's above the ark where he will come to do that. Now this chapter closes with a poem.